Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 5 of the JAMcast. As always, I'm here with Juno and Mac.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yes.
Hello.
Today, we are going to talk about Persona 3 Reload and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, since that's basically all that we've been doing. And at the end, we're also going to talk a bit about Persona Rumors with Persona 4 Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because that's coming out soon.
Arkry, what are you saying? You want Alice to
Yeah.
shut us down? Come on.
True, but I said rumors. I didn't say that's confirmed.
Oh,
So
okay,
they
okay.
can't do anything. But
The supposed maybe Persona 4 remake that could happen, possible.
exactly. Stick around to later in the episode to find out more. But before we get into that stuff, small announcement, I guess, because the JAMcast is also on Spotify now. So if you want to listen to the JAMcast without using YouTube, then you can do that on Spotify. It'll be on screen. I'm pretty sure it's just JAMcast. I don't know,
Yep.
Juno. You do the you do the Spotify stuff. So
Yep, I handle
Played it
everything on the
randomly.
Spotify end, so if you post a fucking nasty comment, it will hurt my feelings.
can you comment?
Can you post comments on Spotify?
I don't think publicly, but I think you can leave your thoughts about the episode you listened to, so if you want to write something mean, I will probably see it.
Mm-hmm.
That is not
Fair.
an open invitation.
If you leave it on
She
YouTube,
knows.
we'll all see it. So
Yeah, and then we'll argue with you in the replies.
exactly.
This Arkry guy sounds like a baboon. Get him off of my podcast.
This guy has no fucking idea what he's talking about.
That guy
He's an
keeps
idiot.
complaining about Alan Wake 2. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Hopefully
but
one lucky viewer will understand that reference.
that was it for announcements. So let's get into it. What have you guys been doing? Have you been doing anything that's not Persona 3 or
Oh.
Infinite Wealth?
What? No. What
No,
kind of
I've
question
been
is
doing
that?
Persona 3, dude.
That's not what he asked.
It's kind of the thing. Wait, what? Anything other than Persona 3, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Infinite
because we're
Wealth.
going to talk about Persona 3 and Infinite Wealth later in depth. So if there's anything else that you guys have been doing.
No, really, no.
Okay.
I
Didn't you
started
start?
scripting an Infinite Wealth video last night.
Ooh,
It's called "How Infinite Wealth Has Enriched My Life."
that is
So
epic.
look forward to that.
Wow.
Okay.
That's all I can think of though. It's been a hard, 9 to 5 shift at fucking Tartarus.
Man. Well, I've basically been doing the same, my Tartarus shifts, but I've also gone to the NieR concert in Berlin, which was very cool, because NieR is very cool,
Ooh.
and that's about everything I've been doing. Oh, wait, actually, NieR Reincarnation is ending soon, and I've caught up to it recently, and Juno, I know that you started it, and that you
No,
are, like,
I haven't.
somewhere in chapter 2,
I haven't
like,
been
Act
playing
2.
it, no.
You just dropped it completely, or are you gonna go back to
I've
it?
been playing other shit, man. Maybe.
Yeah, but
come
it's like
back
a
to it.
fucking... It's a 10-minute game, like, every now and then. It's ending soon, you get a
guess.
lot of free shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because the game's gonna end.
Yeah, but then
If
you
we're
can,
talking-
like,
You
speedrun
can
through the
brag about
story.
it on Twitter.
If we're talking about mobile games, then I'd like to bring up Octopath Champions of the Continent real quick because I've been playing that at work, and the game has officially hit the point where if you enjoy Octopath at all, you pretty much have to play it because they're going into deep lore that was never addressed in the first game.
I
And,
see that that's
I
a
guess
mobile
that's
game staple nowadays.
that's a Square Enix thing. So I was kind of shocked at the last story chapter I did because it's like, wow, why wasn't this in like the actual games? But yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
it's getting pretty much to the point where if you have any love for Octopath Traveler, you probably should check out the mobile game.
Yeah, that's what I have with NieR as well. NieR Reincarnation is really like, we're in the final chapter right now. It's connecting everything like concretely, because before we kind of had an idea of like, oh, Drakengard kind of connects to NieR in this way, and NieR Replicant kind of connects to Automata in that way, and like we had some vague ideas, but now with Reincarnation they're really going into the details of, oh, this is exactly what happened after the ending of Drakengard, because they like show everything. It's really cool, but
Actually,
it's
is
a bit
pretty
weird
interesting.
that-
always
It's
felt
just
like
a
it
bit
was-
weird that it's in a mobile game.
I always felt like it
That's
was already
ending.
pretty concise because, like, the dragon dies, and the dragon spreads the illness. I probably shouldn't get into spoilers on a podcast, but yeah, I always thought it was pretty
Yeah,
concise already.
it's pretty concise, but now like the gaps are being filled in, and like what part of humanity was doing, like how all their survival plans came to be. I also don't want to spoil Reincarnation for if anyone is gonna play it, so I don't want to get too much into it. But they're introducing a lot of new characters that are also very like vital to the overarching story of NieR and Drakengard. So it's very good and it's ending, so you get a lot of free stuff. It's very easy to catch up. If you like
Man, this
NieR,
Yoko
play
Taro dude must have paid you a
Reincarnation.
lot of money.
Nah, bro, because no
Oh.
one's gonna fucking play
met-
Reincarnation. That's the
You
problem.
met
I need
Yoko
to-
Taro IRL? You saw him?
I did see him. He
He's
was
like,
right
What's the
yo.
there,
picture where
3
he's
meters away
like,
from me.
yeah, like has his hands in front of his cock and he's like hiding it?
Exactly.
He's like, yo,
I
Arkry,
did take a picture like that. I'll have it on the screen.
here's some money. Talk about my game on your podcast,
Bro,
please. I need the
no.
Please.
I need the
I need
attention.
to get 2B and Tekken 8, please.
Please, bro, please.
No, bro, no one's playing the fucking game. Not even you're playing it. I need people to play it because it's good.
Dude, it's not gonna
No one's
matter in like
talking
a
about
fucking
it.
month or whenever it ends.
But no, it ends in like 2 months. But the thing is that has a good story and that's more than enough
I'll
time
just
to
watch
catch
it on
up.
YouTube after it's all said and done.
That's also fine. But now maybe there's one person who's like, you know what, I like NieR, I'm gonna check it out. And that is
Whoa.
cool.
Probably not.
Maybe
Oh,
one.
also, I should add, you guys are probably hesitant to check it out because it's a mobile gotcha game, but apparently it's only, what, 10 hours to complete? 15 hours?
Yes, because like with the game giving you so much free stuff, all the character banners are also up right now. So you can literally just log in, you get like 100,000 gems, you pull the strongest characters, you don't have to grind or anything. You can just do the main story. You can literally beat it in like 10 hours, under 10 hours.
Yeah, because most gotcha games are fucking hundreds of hours long, so
Yeah,
I feel like that's something you
exactly.
definitely got to bring up when talking about
True. I didn't think about that.
Reincarnation.
Okay, that's cool. We promoted NieR Reincarnation for the
Yeah.
one person
I
that
see the
cares.
Square Enix money in my account. Holy shit.
Whoa.
Let's go. Okay.
2 million Yoko Taro bucks. What the fuck?
Yoko bucks, no way.
Taro dollars.
Alright, that's that. That's what we've been doing. So I guess we can start with Persona 3 and Like a Dragon. But since only one of us played Like a Dragon, maybe we should start
Oh,
off with that.
I'm
Mac, you can yap for the next
just
however
like
long you want.
next like 2 hours. So just like I got Yoko Taro bucks, I was also busy in Infinite Wealth grinding Dondoko bucks because there's a mini game that is just Animal Crossing, and you use it to make money, and then you convert the money into like usable currency in the game just by inviting villagers over to your island and enjoying the amenities that you've built. And the reason I bring this up is because Infinite Wealth is like the definition of a giga game. It is an amalgamation of so many different games that it will give you a headache. Uh, I the game scored very well among critics. It got like 90s, but there was one complaint I kept seeing that really confused me at first, and it was this game has too much content. And I was like, that's stupid. A game can't have too much content. How could that ever be a negative? And then I played it and I understood because there really is no game with this type of content where it's just like every single fucking couple hours it's throwing a mini game at you that could be its own fucking game. Like it's just wild.
A game can have too much content though. It's just the thing of, is the content good? Because you do have games that's like, oh, 100 hours long and there are hundreds of side quests. But if they're all just like copy paste and not good and boring, then like, yeah, the game has too much content. But
hmm
if the content is quality, then I also don't really see why it would be a complaint.
Dude, it's beyond quality. It's I was talking with the other Infinite Wealthers, and we were thinking that they should release the Dendoko Island minigame as its own separate game you could buy and like use it to promote Infinite Wealth because it is completely functional as its own game. It is that in depth, and there's less like there's multiple minigames like that. There's literally just Crazy Taxis in the game. You could just play like Yakuza version of Crazy Taxi. There's Pokemon Snap, where you're taking pictures of perverts instead of Pokemon. There's not Dendoko, fucking what is it called? Sujimon, which is also literally just Pokemon. Like you literally just take like thugs that you find on the street, you get them to join your team, and then you battle them against other trainers with their thugs until you
Why
become like the champion.
why are people in the Yakuza world just going around recruiting thugs to fight other trainers with their
Um,
thugs?
it's a very popular form of entertainment. Like they live stream it and shit. So
I see.
Wow.
yeah, and you have to aid the Sujimon professor who wants to bring back the spirit of Sujimon. I just realized I haven't even talked about the actual game at all. I'm just
Yeah,
talking about like
I was gonna say later, like, so that's the side content, but how is the game?
yeah. So I don't even know how to describe like how good this game is. Like from the second you start playing, you just immediately like connect with all the characters on such a visceral level. Obviously the game expects you to have played at least 7. So, you're returning to old friends, it feels like. It starts with like kind of a slice of life arc, but it's really good at bringing you up to date on the characters. And then, you go to Hawaii, and it legitimately felt like I went on a vacation, even though I was just, sitting in my chair, sweaty gamer balls, deep into this game. Like, I don't know. Everyone
Yeah.
else who played it too, they were just like blown away. It's actually my 4th favorite game of all time. That's how I ranked it. Maybe I'm in the honeymoon phase. Maybe I'll, grow out of it, but I don't know. This game was very like the closest game to a 10 out of 10, but not quite a 10 out of 10. Like because there are a couple of issues like there's no difficulty options, which I usually
Mm.
appreciate in my games. I like, I'm a masochist, so I like getting destroyed, but the difficulty is still really well balanced, so it didn't matter that much.
So it's better than Like a Dragon 7 or Yakuza Like a
Yeah.
Dragon? Because that was
So
also like in your top however much, wasn't it?
it was my 6th favorite, and that okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
7 feels like a beta compared to Infinite Wealth, like, and that's such a crazy thing to say because 7 was like a perfect game for me. But like, if I tried to go back to 7 and like went with the combat of that game as opposed to the Infinite Wealth combat, which is so far improved, it would feel just like it would feel weird. I'd be like, "What is this? What is this
Mm,
game?"
mhm. Kinda
But
like
yeah, I
what
don't know.
Tears of the Kingdom did to Breath of the Wild, making it feel like a little testing game.
hmm It does kind of suck though because I can't just recommend Infinite Wealth. See, it's not just Itchy Balls Kasuga who's the main character. It's also Kiryu,
Yeah.
and they go deep in Kiryu. Like they'll bring up the most obscure ass characters. There's like this one taxi driver he talked to in Yakuza 5, and then all of a sudden he has a whole side quest dedicated to him in Infinite Wealth.
Holy shit.
They really bring up like a lot of shit with Kiryu,
That's
and
really
so
cool though, for like
and
longtime fans.
exactly you know there's one longtime fan we all know and love. Samuel talks games, and he was just like constantly moved to tears. He said over like all these like just amazing callbacks to the games, like emotional moments,
Yeah.
and they really wanted this game to be the perfect send off to Kiryu as a character,
Oh,
and
okay.
be absolutely horrible just to go in the Infinite Wealth. Like I legitimately do think you have to play the series at this point to get
You
the
have to
full
play
enjoyment of Infinite
all
Wealth.
8 games to
All
get
8
it.
games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I did do that. I watched retrospectives of 0 through 6, and I still very much enjoyed the Kiryu content, but I did get that kind of FOMO feeling at some points where I was like, shit, if I actually played the whole series, I would be like, my mind would be
Mm,
so blown right
yeah.
now. I would be like,
Some moments would be hitting even harder, I guess, yeah.
but
But it
so
is
yeah,
really like the conclusion to Kiryu's saga, then like no spoilers, but wasn't 6 also like marketed as the final Kiryu game?
yeah. But Kiryu was still like a character within the story, and I guess
Oh, okay.
RGG just didn't feel comfortable leaving him as just like this
A guy.
mysterious figure in the background, you know. So they were like, okay, let's actually wrap Kiryu's
Yeah.
story out.
Okay, that's cool. Then it did so many
And
callbacks to obscure things from his games.
yeah, you'll just be watching the ending, and it's oh man, it's such a good game. Like I said, it felt like my life was enriched playing this game. Like it makes me want to be a better person. I, I don't know how else to describe it. Like it's hard because I'm like dancing around spoilers here,
Yeah,
but
of
you know,
course.
just trust me on this one. Where if you play through the Yakuza series, Infinite Wealth will be the ultimate payoff like you've ever felt playing a game.
That's cool. It's very exciting for when I get around to it again.
Hmm.
The one thing that everyone was talking about before release, and I also heard you complain about, is Kiryu's new voice actor. Did he do a good job
Oh my
delivering
God,
the
Yang
game?
Yi. So everyone else who played Infinite Wealth just refused to play the dub, but I played the dub. I was like, I'll suffer it, and I have to say, Yang Yi is okay. He's
Yo,
he's not
You
great,
heard it
and
here first, folks. Yang Yi is
he
okay.
he's definitely the weakest performance in the game, but you know the Kiryu scenes still hit. They still hit where they needed
uh,
to. He didn't butcher it. The main thing with his voice acting is it's just super unfitting for Kiryu because you know when you think of like a buff 60-year-old man, you know you think of someone with like a gritty voice, kind of a deep voice, and I mean Young Yi has that, but it's just not. He still sounds like a young man, you know,
yeah.
and it just doesn't fit at all. But I will say the dub for Infinite Wealth is very, very good. Like every other voice knocks it out of the park. It's like legitimately one of my favorite dubs, and I couldn't imagine like all the characters in any other voice at this point. Like it's very,
Cool
very
though.
good, very
And I did
quality.
hear
Like
that before this, you were very like in the beginning, you were kind of offended. Like, why did they cast Yong Yi? I can't
I still
believe
am
this.
offended because the last voice actor, Daryl Carullo, he nailed it. He was the same guy that did it on the PS2, and they brought him back for 7, and he nailed it. And then for 8, they're like, "Oh, let's do Yang Yi,"
Yeah. Okay.
and it's even more insulting because they actually got other Yakuza PS2 voice actors back for Infinite Wealth, and I won't say which because I don't.
Yeah.
It's
Of
kind of a
course.
spoiler if those characters even show up, but you know there are other PS2 returning voice actors, but no, they couldn't. They couldn't have Daryl Carullo there. They had to have Yang Yi, and I would pay money to know what happened behind the scenes there because I'm really curious if like they fired him for Yang Yi or if like he left on his own terms and they're like, "Fuck it, call up Yang Yi real quick," you know. But
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah,
at
that
least he was okay, and the
that
moment
was
still
an.
hit. So I guess that's what counts in the end.
Hmm. You know, there were not any moments where I felt like, oh, this guy's a terrible voice actor. I was just thinking like, damn, he sounds really young. Like this could be a good Yakuza Zero Kiryu, but not a good fucking Infinite Wealth Kiryu.
Yeah, understandable. Guess that's Yakuza or Like a Dragon. I'm still not used to calling it Like a Dragon, but
You
uh,
started Zero, didn't you, Dusk? Juno?
Yeah,
Whatever you go
recently
by the name.
I started Yakuza 0 up again after not touching it for a few years. Trying to get back into it. I didn't
did you
drop it.
get?
I didn't drop it because I wasn't enjoying it. I just dropped it because I don't know, just got busy at the time, or there was a bunch of other games that I was playing or something like that. But what I've played of it so far, I've enjoyed a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna play every single Yakuza game because there's a lot, but I'll definitely beat 0 because I've been enjoying it.
I mean, Zero is one of the best, so
Yeah.
we'll see if Zero hooks you enough to get into the other ones.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll, be like, next podcast, be like, guys, I beat Yakuza 1 through
Guys,
3.
I've joined the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Just playing all of the games wasn't enough anymore. I moved to
Look at my back
Japan.
tattoo.
Guys, I moved to Japan and I'm part of the Yakuza now, guys. That's right. I'm doing collections.
Ain't no way.
They got my ass doing collections.
But Juno, with Persona.
Yes.
Moving on to Persona 3, I'm
Of
very
course.
curious to hear your thoughts because, like, me and Mac, we were following the marketing of the game. We were like watching the trailers, and we talked about it on the previous episodes. But you were always like, "I'm not watching anything. I don't want to see a single screenshot."
That's
So
right.
how did you enjoy the game? Like going completely blind, how was it? Because you beat it already. Like we're not gonna spoil it, of course, but
I did
just
beat the
what
game,
did you
yes.
think of it?
I did complete it in its entirety. It was incredibly mid. No, I'm kidding.
What?
No, the game was amazing. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. It was a beautiful game. I'm so glad I didn't watch anything on it because every single thing just had me in awe. And I
Yeah.
was not prepared for the story, man. I mean, so for context, I played the game in the past, but I never beat it, and I did end up watching like a video summarizing the story. So I guess you could say going into it, I didn't know that much about the game. So playing through it, I was just like, wow, it's amazing, you know.
When I walked into Polonia Mall and saw the Glizzy King
Saw the
double stancing
Glizzy
those hot
King.
dogs.
Yep.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, I think I don't have any gripes with the game. I mean, I will say the game is incredibly easy. I think that's the one
Yeah.
thing everyone's
Yeah, that's
actually
also
agreed
something that I
on.
Oh,
wrote down. That the
I was waiting
difficulty
for
is
you
a bit
guys
weird.
to bring this up so I could flex that I'm on Merciless.
Yeah, this
And let
guy
me tell
is so
you,
cool.
Merciless is the perfect difficulty. I just did the third boss, the Lover's Arcana,
Hmm.
and that was so challenging. I had to like constantly think about all my actions. Like I had to recover my status elements as quickly as possible. Like I had to always be exploiting the enemy for as much damage with like buffs. Like that was
Right.
a good, well, I wouldn't say it was a good fight because actually it was very fucking annoying because it kept spamming charm, but
Hmm.
it was
I'd
very
say
challenging RPG fight, and I think
early
Merciless as well.
game, early game is pretty hard. I played it on hard. I played the game on hard. Um, Early game was kind of rough, but you get to a certain point where you are just so powerful and you keep getting powerful, and the no boss is like a match for you. It's just once you hit that
That's
power spike, it's just kind of like you snowball from there.
That's
that's actually a
interesting.
problem with like a lot of SMT games, like um SMT 4. SMT 4 is
Hmm.
one of the most brutal starts to any video game ever, where like the first two bosses will just decimate you. You know, most people fucking quit the game because they're like, this is bullshit. But then you get past that and the game just like progressively gets easier. And I don't remember having any challenge with that game past the first two bosses until like the final boss. So a lot of Atlas games kind of have that issue where they uh, start out hard, then they get pretty easy.
Yeah,
Mm.
Arger, you'll feel it when you hit the point. If you haven't yet,
I
you'll
was
feel the
wondering
power spike. You'll
where
be
the
like,
point,
"Holy
but I'm
shit, I'm
also
kind of goated."
I'm kind of playing the game now because everyone is saying it's so easy, it's so easy. In the beginning of the game, I would go through Tartarus as I would always do, like attacking every enemy, like just fighting everything.
Hmm.
But now I am kind of like starting to avoid enemies, or if I see a chest, I'll just open the chest to despawn the enemy because I do want to keep that bit of challenge there. I don't really want to, because like Milky, who was also on the episode, she told me that she like one shot the final boss, like every single
Yep.
phase, she would just one shot it,
Yep.
and I do not want to get to that point.
Are you on
So
You're on
I'm
hard, right?
yeah, I'm on
Okay.
hard. I started the game on Merciless, but in the beginning there was this one boss that annoyed me, and I didn't feel like grinding Tartarus to get past them. So I was like, okay, I'll just drop down to hard because I do want to beat this game within a reasonable time and not having to grind like constantly.
Yeah. It
I got
it
to that
sucks.
boss, Arkry. You know how you beat him?
How did you do it? Tell me,
S-
enlighten me.
Sonic Punch with Akihiko. It has
Sonic
a low
boom.
chance to inflict distress. So you use Sonic Punch, you
Uh,
get the distress, and then you can crit him and get an all-out attack.
do you? have to grind now a lot? Because you're saying that's like
I
challenging.
have
Are you
not had to
grinding a
grind.
lot, or are you just progressing normally then?
I have not had to grind a single time yet. No.
Damn, okay. I kind of regret putting it down too hard.
Yeah,
I mean,
The
it is
only,
hard though.
I was about to say it kind of sucks. The only opportunity you get to pick Merciless is at the start of your first playthrough, because is this a spoiler? After beating it, starting up New Game Plus, if you want to select
Oh.
Merciless, none of your shit crosses over. So you basically have
Yeah,
to
I
start the
heard
game
about
fresh
that.
again.
So if you don't pick No Game Plus at the
So
very beginning of your first playthrough, like if you don't
you
pick
mean Merciless?
Merciless, then
Yeah.
I said it
Yeah,
wrong.
if you don't
If
pick
you don't pick
Merciless at the
Merciless, then you can basically never like
yeah, that
go
means
into it.
yeah.
Okay, that's a bit.
But it might be like when you start New Game Plus and you have to select the difficulty again, it'll probably be like that regardless. Maybe
Yeah,
like even if you picked Merciless or not, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because
I
when
get
you
what
go
you
to
mean.
select your difficulty again, it'll be like, oh, Merciless, none of your shit crosses over. So that
That's a
just
bit
might be a
weird
New
though.
Game
That
Plus. Yeah, that might just be a New Game Plus fault. I don't know.
it
I
is
don't
really
really
weird
like
that
that.
nothing carries over in Merciless No Game Plus, but at the same time, I guess it is to keep it balanced. Like if you would just be
Yeah.
able to go into No Game Plus with maxed out everything, it wouldn't really be a merciless run anymore.
Yeah, I get that.
I guess, but I feel like it should have been an option then.
If the game wasn't piss easy, I would agree. But the problem
Yeah,
is I like hard is not hard. I just wish you could make the game like turn it up to Merciless.
yeah,
Because
Yeah,
hard really
it's
isn't a
honestly
struggle.
bullshit because the only reason they did this is because they didn't want people like switching the Merciless for the final boss and be like, oh, I beat a Merciless, guys. It's like, who the fuck cares? Just let the player customize the experience to their liking.
yeah. It is a bit weird
I remember Persona 4
because
Golden had a bunch of difficulty settings, or you could tweak like individual things.
oh, true.
And like you could tweak like how much gold and EXP you get, how difficult the enemies were.
Yeah, they
You
did
can
do
mess with that
that.
on the PC port. Or on I don't know if it's on consoles.
You probably just like a new port of Gold, and you can
Yeah,
do that. That's, I mean, I guess it's because that's a remaster of an old game. It's
maybe.
like in the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, you can also set like double XP or double money gain. So
Yeah,
I
I don't
guess
know.
it's kind of like that to balance out that it's an older game. But yeah, I don't know. I'm playing on hard, and it feels like a normal difficulty right now. Like I'm not really struggling with it, but it's also not like I'm steamrolling everything. But the biggest problem that I have with the difficulty is just like not that it's challenging, but I just run out of SP, and I don't want to like use all of my SP items all the time.
Well, yeah,
So when I'm
resource
like at the end of a block, I'm kind of like struggling to get by with like barely any SP.
Oh, you know what the real challenge of Persona 3 is? It's scheduling. Because that game is by
True.
far the hardest game to make sure you do all the social links in. Like you got to study your links. You got to make sure you're doing the ones that appear like more rarely than other ones. You
Yeah,
got to
everyone's
choose
got their
which
own
ones you want to
schedule.
prioritize.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I kind of like that though. On one side, it's a bit. I wish you could like go to the shrine at night. But besides that, I feel like the scheduling is pretty good. I like that you can't just like effortlessly max everyone. I like to actually have to think like, am I gonna go with this person or not? Because now it's like the gourmet king is available every single day, even during vacation. So now it's a school day. Maybe I shouldn't go to him. Like I like that whole aspect of it. I think the
Yeah.
scheduling is done pretty well.
Have you gotten to the deep web guy? Have you like talked to him?
I have bought a few links from him, but I don't have the URL yet that unlocks the like night social link up. If
Not to
that's what you're
mention
referring to.
with social
Here's
links
up.
or just your available like how much time you get in the game. There are several points in the game where people are just not available for weeks on end, either because like a vacation or exams or
Mm-hmm.
some shit, or you have stuff going on like during the summer, you don't get that much time.
Yeah, that's true. There are a lot more
So
like events in Tree that you just can't
you
do
gotta
anything
open up that
really.
calendar menu and actually like plan your shit out. Just be like, okay,
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think that maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe they're steering more
They-
towards.
Yeah.
Is Gourmet King week? I will only hang out with the Gourmet King.
Yeah. Maybe Atlas is steering more towards like the daily life stuff rather than the dungeon crawling.
Base Persona 3 also had that though, because in base Persona 5 it was like easier to do all the social links in one run. But in
Mhm.
base Persona 3 you like weren't even supposed to do that, or like the devs didn't even know it was possible. So like it's either that this is what Atlas is focusing on in the future, or it's just because it's Persona 3. And it's just a
Yeah,
thing
I
of
guess
this game that it's harder to max everyone.
Yeah, I guess we won't know until we see more from Atlas, more games.
Yeah. The new stuff also adds to that a lot though, with the new Link episodes and the dorm activities.
Mm-hmm.
That makes us have so much to do, but all of the stuff is really good. I really like the new Link episodes. I don't know if you've run into any of them, Mac, because you're like pretty early game. Like, what have you done? Like 3-4 bosses?
I've been kind of avoiding that for now because I wanted to like prioritize social links and social stats. But
Ooh, gotta
I
be
don't know. I did a
careful with
little
that.
bit. I did a little bit Yukari shit where like we watched a scary movie and she was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
this is awesome." And I was like, "Okay."
But if you get a Link episodes for like Junpei or Akihiko or stuff, you have to do them pretty quickly or the next ones won't unlock. Like they only have a pretty small window that you can access them. So if
How do I
Junpei is
even?
like, let's hang out,
They'll
then you
text
gotta
you.
hang out with them.
They'll text you
Okay.
and they'll have exclamation marks above their head.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I must have missed like Ken's or something like that because I seen some scenes online that I was like,
Oh, that
oh,
you
how do you
didn't
do
have.
that? Yeah, that I hadn't seen before, so I guess I must have missed
Huh.
some.
Yeah. No, because the Link episodes are like tied in. They're like social links, but they're closer linked to the main story. It's like, oh, in the main story, Junpei is going this like through his Chidori arc. So then you would have a Link episodes that's about the Chidori stuff, but you would only have that during like this specific month in the game. So as soon as you move past that, you can't do it anymore. And I'm pretty sure
Do
that
they
you
have?
also miss out on his like following links. And like if you miss Junpei's first link, you won't get his second or his third anymore either.
Do they have like a tutorial for when those unlock? Because
I
I don't even know if
think
I've unlocked
so,
them.
but I feel
Are those
like
the same as the
you
hangouts
should
at the door?
have them. Yeah, they're like hangouts. Like Junpei would text you to be like, "Let's hang out," but it's instead of a smiley above their head, it's like an exclamation mark.
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch out for that. I hope I haven't missed any yet.
Because
Yeah,
they're
the dorm hangouts aren't going anywhere. Those are
yeah,
different
they're there
things.
forever. The Link episodes are kind of like for the male party members that don't have social links, so they can also have their story like you had in the female
Yeah.
route, kinda. But I kind of expected them to be very close to the female route social links, but they're like very different and they're a lot better as well. So I really
You
like
think
what they did with those.
we'll get that FemC DLC?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I hope not.
I think
Just for the
answer.
FMC.
I think the answer is definitely gonna be a DLC, but
Well, the answer has already been confirmed. And
yeah.
if you guys don't mind, we could get into the next topic of Atlas leaks.
The next batch of Atlas leaks has rolled
Oh
in.
boy.
Hmm.
Oh no. So we have the answer that's basically confirmed to be happening, and then some more remakes or remasters, but we don't know exactly what they are yet.
These haven't been
Supposedly,
so much confirmed, so as we know they exist in some capacity. They're being worked on in some capacity.
Yeah. I guess we should say where these leaks or rumors are coming from for those who
It's from
don't
my
know.
uncle. My uncle works at Atlas. His name is Kazuma Kaneko. Yeah, very cool guy.
Exactly. Is that name supposed to be a reference to something?
That's the artist for all the demons.
Holy shit.
mm,
No way, that's your uncle.
Yep. I remember when I was just a kid, he showed me his first drawing of Mara. I was like, Uncle, that's a penis. Why are you showing me a penis
All
right
right.
now? And I don't really want to get into the rest of that story. It actually brings up a lot of dark memories. But, you know.
Oh god.
So yeah, Persona 4 and Persona 2 are rumored to have remakes, remasters, whatever.
Yes.
We don't
So
know what's getting what.
the real source, I guess, there's this Twitter account that like basically tweets out a lot of Sega stuff. Like at first it was just Persona stuff, and then she started doing some SMT leaks, and now she's just leaking everything from Sega. I don't know how she's doing it, but everything she's been saying so far has been true. So while we say the Answer DLC is confirmed and Persona 4 Remake is confirmed, it's more like she said that it's true, so it's probably true. But what she said specifically with like Persona 4 1 and 2 was that there are remakes in the works for Persona 4 1 and 2, but that they're not all in the same style as Reload. So I guess that means that not all of them are getting full on remakes and others are just getting remasters, or maybe they're getting like
That just sounds
high
like Persona
quality.
4. The way she says it is
Yeah.
not all of them are getting in the style of Reload.
Oh my god.
For me, it just
Persona
sounds
2.
like Persona 4 is gonna be like Persona 3 Reload, and it's gonna get like a full blown makeover like
Yeah.
that. And then Persona 1 and 2 are gonna get remade, but they're gonna keep the original style that they're in.
Yeah, that's what I also
So
saw
they
that
could.
as.
She's not saying that they're not gonna get a remake. She's not saying they're not gonna get a remaster. Like, we don't know what it's gonna be. All she's saying is that it's
Not
probably
in
gonna be in the same
Reload.
style as the original. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think of when she says that.
Yeah, that's what I also thought, because a lot of people online are instantly like, okay, so 1 and 2 are getting ports, and 4 is getting a remake, but I also think that it means more like 4 is getting the reload treatment, like there'll probably be more activities to do with your party members, and they'll like add some more stuff to the dungeons, like they added to the like leveling up clocks and the monad doors and everything.
Yep.
But maybe the voiced social links, whatever, like all the stuff that Persona 3 got. But
They could
then
do
1
so
and
much
2,
with Persona
exactly.
4 dungeons. They could like make it like palaces from 5.
Yeah, Persona 4 dungeons can actually they can do a lot more with that. Because Tartarus
do.
kinda had to stay like procedurally generated. And they had to keep the essence of what Tartarus is, but with 4, I feel like they can be a lot more free with what they're doing because they are like more teamed towards every arc, like a palace is.
Yeah, I definitely hope they do something like that, because while I love 4 and it's my favorite, the dungeon crawling sucked. It was really awful, especially towards the end of the game,
Yeah,
in
I
my
think the
opinion.
same.
I didn't really think it was awful, but you know, it is very basic. It's not very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, awful isn't, I guess, the word I'd use either, but it is very, like, it's not very interesting, kind of like original Tartarus. I feel like Tartarus and the Persona 4 dungeons are basically the same thing. Unless I, like, have to replay it and I'm misremembering it, but from my
Well,
memory, Tartarus and the Persona 4 dungeons are just the same thing. Like, the 4 dungeons are teamed, like, oh, this is Kanji's one, this is this Kanji.
Yeah, but it's themed, sure, but it's just running around randomly generated floors, and then as the game progresses, you just get more and more floors to each dungeon. That's all it is.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
That's why I
Would be
think
cool to
that's
see
why I
what they'll
hated
do
it,
with it.
because towards the end of the game, like, dungeons would be like, all right, here's 20 floors with shadows. Go do what you've been doing the whole time. You know, it's just longer.
Yeah. It would be
Yeah, I
cool to
guess.
see what they do with it. I hope that they do more with it than. I mean, I would say I hope that they do more with it than they did with Tartarus, but that's not to say that I don't think they did enough with Tartarus. Like, I really like what they did with Tartarus, but I feel like with 4, just the way that the 4 dungeons are, they can do a lot more with
Yeah.
it. So I hope that they actually, like, take use of that if they do end up changing it.
And not just be like, yep, here's the same exact thing, except pretty this time.
Yeah.
They
Did you know,
actually.
though, according to the amazing video called Persona 3 Reload is a worthless remake, Tartarus is worse because it's not as challenging.
Yeah, did you watch that
Yeah,
video?
it's not that
I watched it
hard.
earlier.
I didn't watch it.
It's not worth watching. It's a
Some of the
massive like hate
points,
boner video.
yeah, I feel like some of the points are pretty valid, but at the same time, he also says stuff like, "Oh, Tartarus was so much better because you could do so much more on it, and it was more challenging, and the enemies felt like a threat." It's like, in a way, it's true because the game is easier, like reload is easier, but that doesn't make the whole of Tartarus worse.
hmm Yeah, another thing he brought up was he doesn't like Koromaru anymore because he got a new voice actor, which is
Oh,
such a dumb
true.
point that I
That
thought he
is
was
kind of
joking. I thought
random.
it was like a fake review at first, but no, it is legit.
He kept bringing it up. He was like, "Oh, they also did Link episodes for Koromaru, but you know, I can't pay attention to them. I can't take them seriously because it sounds so shit. Koromaru's whole character is ruined now."
Bro, he's a
So the
dog.
soundtrack sucks now because there's more Lotus Juice or whatever. I'm like, bro,
True, that was also a
What?
point.
Okay, one thing I did dislike about the music is it. I like the English from like the older games, you know.
hmm
I just feel like when the vocals are clear, it's kind of hard. The music is pretty distracting, but it slaps. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I just don't think it makes for good
Mm,
background music.
okay, I get what you mean.
I think
Yeah.
in the older games, the English, it kind of like, you know, it wasn't like understandable enough to where you can clearly hear like, you know, what's being said, you know, and like
Yeah, a
focus
lot of
on
the
that.
music was kind of like gibberish.
Yeah, but it was just enough so you can like hear it and like jam out to it and kind of like, you know, just vibe with it. Like it made for good background music. But I feel like when the vocals are clear and you can understand every word, it's kind of hard to focus
Chilling in my
on.
bed, minding
Yeah,
my biz,
it's
some
kind of
my
hard to
hero
focus on
biz.
you know, the dialogue because you're just like, damn, this music slaps, and it's just, you know,
Talking to Fuka, but damn, chilling in my bed, minding my
yeah, I'm
biz.
just in my bed.
I
As
I
much
never had that issue.
as ironic as that song is, like, I don't know. It's I think I prefer some of the original songs compared to
That's not
Reload.
really an issue that I had with it, but I can see where you're coming from. Like, I personally didn't mind it. I think, all of the new songs. I do really like them, or like all the remixes. But I can see what you mean with like it can kind of be distracting to be reading dialogue and to be hearing voice acting, but then in the background you also have this like
The
rap
singing and the
talking.
rapping, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
I have
all
a
of the
very
music.
opposite take where I'm like, I think every single remix is better. I have not encountered a single remix I think is on par or worse than the original. But
wait, every remix is better. You're saying so you also got a
nope.
like you like Mass Destruction, now because
Like
that's the one song that everyone was
so
hating on at the beginning.
I have the Reload soundtrack and then the originals on Spotify, and I was comparing some of them, and I was like, yeah, these are all just better. Like I think Mass Destruction sounds better. Obviously
Finally,
the new songs are fucking incredible. All the new songs are so good.
yeah, I
Um,
really like them.
and then yeah, I don't know. I just think the remixes sound good. I really like the singer for Reload. Like the
Yeah,
one they
Mm,
picked, there's just something about her voice that is like, I'm like, yeah, that's the type of voice I like to hear singing.
yeah. The new Changing Season is also really good.
mm-hmm.
I haven't
Yep.
got there yet.
Oh, but you said you had it on Spotify, so I thought you maybe heard it. But okay,
I don't think I
just
listened
saying
to that
it's
one.
good. That's not a spoiler.
Oh my god, I want my music to be bad. Fuck. Now I know the music's good. Why do I even play it? Oh.
Now I'm gonna get to the new semester and I'm gonna hear the song
I'm
and
gonna be
it's
like,
like, damn
fuck,
it,
it's good. I'm gonna be like,
it's
ah, it would have been
spoiled
so
with the
nice.
fact
Ah!
that it's good. But then what do you guys think they're gonna do with Persona 1 and 2 to get back on like the remake rumor stuff? Because with a remake or remaster of Persona 1 and 2, a lot of people are like, we don't want a remake because a remake they would change stuff and you would get rid of like what makes those games
Mm-hmm.
like the way they are, or like it needs to have that classic feel. And a lot of people, it's like the soul versus soulless thing. So
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people on Twitter and on Discord and stuff be like, "Oh, I don't really want a remake. I just want it to be as close to the original as possible. So just remaster it." What do you guys want them to do with it? Because I didn't play enough of them to really have an opinion on it. But I know that Juno, you at least finished the first one, and I think you played a bit of the second one. And Mac, I have no idea. So
I'm the same way where I played the first one and then I played little bit of the second one. I thought I beat the first one, but I actually got the bad ending because it's really easy to get the bad ending in that game.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, what a shitty game, what a shitty ending. But I was wrong. There was more game. I just never bothered to go back because I don't really like Persona 1. I don't think there's a single positive thing I can actually say about that game. I think it's a genuinely boring game with like no redeeming qualities. I don't know what to say.
So I'm guessing you want a remake treatment so they can maybe make it good. Or do you
Yeah.
think it's like so bad that there's not even the
No,
potential in it?
I think there's potential. Like, I mean, the story still wouldn't be that mind blowing, but you know, it could be a pretty solid game if they tightened it up. You know, made the animations quicker, made the random battles less egregious.
Yeah.
They could tighten it up and make it an okay game.
Yeah, I feel
And
like
then two,
maybe
there
remaking
you can
it
go.
and giving the game more of like a modern design, I might enjoy that, but at the same time I kind of get what people are saying about like keeping the soul of it and just doing a
Yeah.
remaster, but I don't know. I feel like Persona 1, I had so many problems with that game, but I also enjoyed it. I really like the story. That's about it though. Like the story is all I really liked. The music was good, but the story is what I was there
Oh, did you
for.
play the PSP version?
Yeah.
Yeah, the PSP version has vastly different music from the
Yeah,
PS1
I have
version,
the original on my Spotify. I was
and
listening to it.
some people really hate the PSP version. It's like
Yeah, I see where they're coming from.
I don't even know which version I played because I did play like a few hours of the first
you
game.
definitely played the PSP version. I want to say almost for
Probably.
sure.
Is that
Yeah,
the better version? Like if I were to
it's
play the
more,
game.
more cleaned up. It's a better gameplay experience. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'll probably play them. Especially if they're getting a remake. I don't know why, but I like playing original games before remakes, so and I wanted to
Hmm.
play them anyway, so I'll probably go through 1 and 2
Oh,
before those release.
yeah.
A good look.
From the bit I played of two, which actually two is a game I'm trying to get to this year at some point. That's like very high priority on my backlog. Is both of the Persona 2s, but I liked it. I just had a couple issues with the gameplay where it was like the fusion system's different in that game. You have to like collect cards or something like that,
Yep.
and then you can cash them in for your personas
Oh,
You
okay.
have to
rather than just using
negotiate.
them.
You negotiate with shadows, and if you get them eager enough, they'll give you cards, and then you go to the Velvet Room, and you turn the cards in for personas, and then your party
That's
members,
interesting.
your party members each like react to the persona differently. So like Pixie is better on one character than another because
Yeah.
they can
Oh, yeah,
all use
because in 1
multiple
and 2,
personas.
yeah,
Yeah,
they can do that. True.
Mhm. I
I
didn't fuck with this system. I think they should just bring
yeah
back fusion
yeah I
if they did it
prefer
right.
the fusion. I think it makes more sense.
It's
And
interesting.
the other issues I had were the random encounters being way too frequent, like Persona 1. This game, it wasn't as bad because it's not a first person dungeon crawler. It's like a traditional RPG, kind of like Final Fantasy, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, and then also the like talking to shadows to get those cards is beyond frustrating. It's like there's so many like dialogue options you can choose, and they're like different options with each party member. And I can see what they're going for. They wanted to have like this deep system, but it just feels so fucking random. Like you can make the main character start making like motorcycle noises, and then it will like
Yeah.
it'll make like one of the succubus horny, and then she'll give him a bunch of cards. It's like it
That
doesn't make any
kinda
sense.
sounds like from the way they were explaining it, kinda sounds like Persona 5 took that idea and, like or, like, the very base idea and, like, took that for the recruiting
Well,
personas then.
I mean that's
Persona
just
5
always
brought it
been a
back.
thing.
Yeah, that's why a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
people
Always
what I
were
been a
mean,
thing
like
in
like, when Persona
SMT.
5 got announced and like we seen that negotiations were back, a lot of people were like, "Oh," because that's been a thing for a
yeah,
while.
because they took it out in 3 and 4, so
Yeah, I think
yeah.
Yeah.
negotiations are cool somewhat, but I don't really like the whole like get cards from shadows or demons, sorry, and then go trade the cards in, you know?
Yeah.
I like Persona 5's take on it.
Yeah,
It kind of
it's a weaker
combines.
system.
Yeah, I kind of like it though because it combines like Persona. This is gonna sound stupid. Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. Because in the SMT games, your party members are demons, right? But
Yeah,
Persona,
it
obviously, you
makes
have your
sense though.
friends, but then you also have your arsenal of demons that you've recruited. You know,
Yeah.
so I think that's cool. But yeah,
Yeah. No.
not too big a fan of it in the original
Oh,
games.
something I will say that is cool about Persona 1 and 2 is that all your party members are wild cards. So
Mhm.
they can all equip personas rather than just having like your main character with all the personas, then everyone else gets their, set persona.
Yeah,
You
I
can
guess that
customize
does
all of
add
them.
a lot of depth to it.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm pretty excited. I hope they get a remake because apparently, for a lot of people, 2 is like one of the best ones still, story wise. So it would be
It's very
cool to
intriguing
have
so
those
far.
games.
I hope
Yeah,
they
I'm definitely
remake
gonna
it.
try and play both the twos this year because the story seems incredible and it's not like a bad game. Like I have issues with the gameplay, but it's not like,
Yeah.
Persona
Huh.
1 where I wanted to quit at all times.
That's interesting because before this, I was kind of like I got the people that would ask for a remaster instead. But from what you guys have been saying, it's like yeah, they should probably just remake it instead of remastering it. Sounds like it needs a
I
lot of
think they could go
changes
either
to
way.
clean it up. Yeah, they could because they did the same with like, I mean, I guess not exactly the same, but Nocturne, for example, also just got a remaster, HD remaster. Etrian Odyssey also, I'm pretty sure, was just a remaster and not a full remake. So I
I
think I'll
think
probably
whatever
go
they
either
decide
way
to
with it.
produce, as long as they just take out random encounters, fine with it. I
I don't even
fucking
mind.
hate random encounter RPGs, man.
I don't
Not
mind
a
them as
fan.
long as they're not too frequent. Because Final Fantasy II was brutal,
Yeah,
but
it
in
depends on how
general, I
frequent
don't.
they are and how long the battles are. Because if you're getting in like tons of battles and they all take like minutes, and that's fucked. But
Yeah, I just feel like for me, like it can just, I don't know, it can just kill my vibe to explore.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
you're like,
get what
oh,
you
I
mean.
want to get into another battle.
So you kind of
Yeah,
just want to like
like
speed run through the dungeons as soon
yeah,
as possible, or like
like
as
I want
quick
to
as
look
possible.
around and get all the loot and shit, but it's like, what's the point if I have to count how many squares I'm moving before I get jumped by a bunch of
Yeah,
Yeah,
mobs?
I'm pretty mixed on it. I think the mainline SMT games do random encounters pretty well. At least like 3 does. Because it adds tension to it, You see that meter
yeah,
going up in the bottom of the screen and when it's getting
Mm-hmm.
like redder and you're running out of resources in the dungeon, and then the game punishes you by like there's like one-way doors where you go through a door and then you can't go back the way you came, so you got to loop back
yeah,
around. And I think that game uses random encounters really well, but most games don't. To where I would just rather the enemies be on the map.
yeah. The dungeons in Nocturne are pretty good. That is true. Uh, Another thing, I just thought of this. This wasn't on the list or anything. The SMT5 Complete Edition is also
Oh
gonna be a
shit!
thing.
What does
That
that
Yes,
was
include
just from
again?
today. We don't
we
know
don't
because
know.
it's another. It's not a rumor because it got rated. So
It got rated in Korea, so it is real.
yes, and it says that it is an enhanced version with additional content. I think it said.
Hmm.
See what exactly it is. Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance has been rated in Korea. A complete edition of Shin Megami Tensei V with improvements and additional content. So that's a
What,
thing
like
now.
extra boss fights and stuff, or do you think
I have no
normal
idea.
DLC?
That's what I was gonna ask
Um,
you guys because Mac,
I-
you played it and you were like, it was good, but it felt kind of incomplete. You said,
dude, they could do so much with this. I'm gonna be really disappointed if it's a classic like Atlas game that's exactly the same, but we added a new girl and she
Here's
has a quest.
Demi-Fiend again.
Oh my god,
Fight him,
yeah,
he's hard.
they could do so much with 5 to make it a better game. I really hope they do because literally some parts of that game are just incomplete. Like
I gotta play it.
there's one quest that was supposed to be part of the main story that they had to change to a side quest because they didn't finish it.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
That's interesting. Like we don't know a lot about it. I just want to bring it up because a lot of complete editions are usually just like releasing the game again, all DLC included, and that's it. But what you guys think about 5, or like what Mac thinks about 5? Thought it would be interesting to hear what you had
They
to
have the
say.
potential to make 5 a better game because, you know, I like 5 a lot. I think it has incredible gameplay, you know, incredible atmosphere and tone. But
Yeah,
the story is just, oh, it's not that good.
and it just
And,
feels unfinished, I
and it's
guess.
incomplete, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. No, I didn't play the game yet. I'm pretty sure I have it for Switch, but I just never got around to it. And now part of me was always just waiting for a port as well. So I hope that this complete edition is going to like PC, PS5, and then I'll definitely play it, even if it's not the like upgraded version that you're kind of hoping for it to be.
No, it'll still be a definitive edition with like all the DLC in it probably, and who knows what else, but
Yeah.
I think they should go all the way. Make it the game it could have been.
SMT 5 remake, let's go.
Oh,
I I don't know. Even if it is what I want, I don't know if I'll buy it because SMT 5 I think is the most time I've ever spent on a single player game. Like
What the
I beat
fuck?
that game. I beat that game 3 times.
Oh, okay.
I want to say I had a good like 150 hours in it. Yeah,
For a
it's
second, I thought that the game just like as one playthrough was 150 or something hours long. I was like, no
no,
fucking
no, no.
way. But
It's like 50
three
hours, but
playthroughs. Okay.
I did 3 playthroughs. Yeah,
So I guess for you to rebuy the game, they have to like actually make some pretty big additions.
yeah. Obviously, like I would want to see like big changes, but who knows? Who knows what
Yeah,
it is? It has a cool name though. Fucking Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. That's raw.
that sounds
that is
like
pretty
some
cool.
middle school kid came up with that.
You know what? You shut up.
I
Let's
wanted
see
to
you do
ask,
better, Buster.
um, yo, why do I feel like leaks nowadays is just like it's somebody at the company just like leaking the
that
shit on purpose to
that's
hype
what I've
up
also
people.
been thinking. I feel like the
Because
Persona
there's
leaker
no
has been getting
way.
too much stuff
Yeah,
correctly.
there's no way Atlas is just constantly like, whoops, oh shit, fuck, oh, like, you know, like, there's no way that much information is just constantly getting out. Like, they've got to be doing that on purpose.
With some stuff, it's definitely on accident. Like I
Yeah, I
really
have no
don't think
doubt
that it.
stuff actually gets leaked, but
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of companies use leaks and like disguise a lot of their announcements as leaks just to build up more hype.
yeah,
I feel like information getting leaked uh creates a lot more discussion rather than just announcing a trailer or
yeah.
an
Because
official
like
announcement or a trailer.
things like the Persona 3 and Persona 5 Tactica trailers leaking early, that was definitely not on purpose. Because there's no way that they would want the first time that they show off the game be like a low quality video.
Mm-hmm.
So that is definitely an actual leak. But stuff like the Answer DLC being leaked, or like the older Persona ports or remakes, or the SMT 5 port or whatever, I feel like there's too much for all of it to just be like you said, like, oh whoops, what that guess that's out there now.
Not to mention, like, the fact that it comes from, like, the same person. You'd think that at some point Alice would just be like, let's, like, sue this guy for leaking all of our
Yeah.
stuff. If they're a whole Twitter character, you know,
Yeah, because
and, like,
they're
people follow them for leaks, like,
that's
if,
genuinely just their thing, and they have a Discord server as well. That's
How do
just,
you sue someone that is completely anonymous?
but I feel like they should be
yeah, I don't know
because
how,
a
I'm
lot
not a
of
lawyer, I don't know
leakers
how it works, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like at a certain point, you gotta be like, let's fucking get this
they
guy.
f-
He keeps
they
announcing all
find
of our shit.
leakers though. Yeah, like the guy who leaked The Last of Us 2, they found him. The guy who did the Insomniac hack, they found him as well. Like
Yeah,
I
because
feel
they got
like
like SWAT team on his ass, basically, didn't they?
I have no idea. I just know that they found them out. But it's like if a person is leaking so many things, like so consistently, and they never miss anything, I feel like there's something more than just, oh, oops,
Yep, it's just
that's
like,
we
yep, I'm
told
the
we told the
leaker.
wrong person, and now it's on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yep. I don't know. Alice is kind of a goofy company, so I believe they could legitimately just be like not leaking
Just
this on purpose, but
Maybe, but it's
But it-
also.
It's not just
this
Atlas that
specific
does
one
that
is.
too.
Yeah,
Another
there's some
big one is
companies that definitely do
another big one's Nintendo, because there's the Puro leaker who just leaks every fucking Nintendo announcement before it happens.
it.
And I don't know, I have a hard time believing Nintendo would do that.
Yeah, the
Leak their
company that
share.
has the fabled Nintendo ninjas is really just letting some guy leak all of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be, unless that dude is what's his name, Edward Snowden. He's just hiding from the government in Greenland or some shit. He just cannot be found in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's come on.
Yeah.
That's got to be Nintendo just pretending to be another
I feel
dude leaking their own
those
stuff.
type of leaks are also very much the people that are really into it, they're gonna find it. But casual people aren't really. They're not checking Twitter, checking Midori's account, or checking the
Yeah.
Nintendo guy for leaks. Those are the people that are really invested in it, and I do feel leaking stuff in that way to get the hardcore fans a bit hyped up of oh look, there's this thing might be at a direct. That's a good way to hype up the
Yeah.
core fan base, I guess,
But that's
without it ruining the surprise of the other audience.
I suppose so, but I also look at it you build hype for this, the more people start talking about it, more and more people will see it. Even the newer fans are going to see it because everyone's talking about it because it's such juicy information. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel it starts that though, and then the fans are oh, this is a direct that you should watch because this guy said this and this, and then it spreads, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Leaks are weird, and
It's
there are
an
a lot
inside
more of them
job.
recently. But I guess that was it for Persona or the rumor stuff, I think, unless there was anything else with this topic that you guys wanted to say.
Nope,
so.
not really. Nintendo Direct next week.
Yeah,
Probably.
Nintendo Direct next week. New topic that we just came up with. What do you want to see there, Mac?
Fire Emblem. No, it's gonna be a partner showcase. I don't know. Partner showcases could be
Persona
fucking
4
anything.
remake.
I don't know. There'll probably be SMT V Vengeance there because that just got leaked, so that's probably there. But I don't know about anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, I
Persona
don't know.
4 remake. I want to see that.
SMT
At the
6.
SMT
SMT
6.
5 Vengeance. It's gonna be an Atlas showcase now.
SMT 1
Actors 3.
remake.
Persona 3 for Switch 2. But we're not gonna announce a Switch 2 yet. No, I don't know. You brought it up, so I was maybe you have a wild prediction.
No, I just said that's another leak that happened where there's going to be Nintendo
Yeah.
Direct. Apparently it got delayed because of the Xbox business podcast, but that shit was so
That was so
nothing.
dumb.
Yeah, what
That's
even was that?
okay. So that's kind of a leak or a rumor that got out of hand, and Xbox had to damage control before it got too bad. Because there were rumors saying stuff Xbox is going completely third party. Starfield is being ported to PlayStation 5. Bethesda has PS5 dev kits for Starfield. Hi-Fi Rush is gonna go to PlayStation. Indiana Jones, the game that they just announced, is gonna go to PlayStation. Game Pass Day 1 is not going to be a thing anymore. Game Pass is going to be on PlayStation. It's going to be on Switch. There were leaks and
What the
rumors like that
hell?
going around, and it went crazy. A lot of people were talking oh, if this is happening, then Xbox is going to be the next Sega. They're not going to have a console anymore. They're just going to go third party. And then Xbox on their website, they posted somewhere Game Pass, but instead of Xbox Game Pass like they always do, they said Microsoft Game Pass, and then people went what the fuck? Yeah, Xbox is dead. Xbox is dead. And then Xbox just tweeted out okay, we hear what's going on. Next week we're doing an Xbox podcast where we reveal the future of Xbox. So everyone was yep, it's confirmed. Xbox is dead. They're gonna talk about it there. But that podcast was literally nothing. They just talked for half an hour. We are doing some games on PlayStation, but not new games, games that are more than a year old. also games that are heavily reliant on online play and community play, so we can make a bigger community and stuff. There is going to be a next Xbox, they said. Day one Game Pass things are still going to be a thing.
So all of the rumors and stuff were false, basically.
Mac, what were you going to say? Or anyone? I heard Mac start a sentence, but then he went quiet again.
Another void. So say I hate Phil Spencer, man. He is like so annoying. He was bitching about like some PlayStation game that's like only on PlayStation PC.
Oh,
Helldivers.
Helldivers, yeah.
He was bitching about Helldivers, but I don't know, Phil. I didn't see you, spreading
Halo
love
Infinite
for
wasn't on.
I didn't see you complaining about Pal World only being on Xbox and PC, but Helldivers is an issue all of a sudden. Like, shut the fuck up.
True, he made a statement of like, I get why they're doing this, but it would really be beneficial for the Helldivers community if the game was available everywhere. But yeah, I don't know. That's just how he talks. It's in a lot of interviews. He's always like, "Oh, the more people play, we all win." And like
Ever since that leak came out where he said he wanted to buy Nintendo, I'm like, fuck this guy. He's like delusional. But yeah.
He has Microsoft money. He probably thinks like, "Oh, I can buy Nintendo. I can do that."
Oh, that's goofy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fucking crazy that happened, and then it just ended up to be nothing at all.
Okay, do we move on to the state of play now?
Yes, talking about showcases and Nintendo Directs and stuff. State of Play happened. It's been a while by now, but it showed a lot of cool stuff, and I feel like the things that we're going to be talking about the most would be Silent Hill, because Juno is the big Silent Hill fan, and then after that we can move on to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So Juno, it was
terrible.
You're still grieving over Silent Hill 2?
No. So Silent Hill 2, man. Fuck. I got words.
Oh.
I'm honestly, I am not confident in the Silent Hill 2 remake at all, and I really hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be a hater and just be like, it fucking sucks, Bloober Team, a bunch of idiots, you're stupid, but I really don't have any confidence in this game. Just from the trailers we've seen, I kind of knew in the back of my head. Yeah, I said trailers plural, right?
Yeah, but I was just like, how are there 2, or like how many are there?
I think there's 2. I think there was the announcement and then the combat trailer.
Yeah.
Which I'll get into in a second. But I think in the back of my head, I knew that no matter, God himself could create Silent Hill 2 remake, and it still, I don't think, would hold up to the original, because the original just has a certain aesthetic and vibe that you can only capture on like old hardware like that.
I guess that's what we were saying earlier, with like a lot of people don't want a Persona 1 and 2 remake because original games always have that certain vibe to it. I guess it's the same with Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, but the issue is like you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like you can't get your remake and then have it be exactly the same. Like it's a remake, it's being remade. You can't be like, I want Tokyo Mugen Butt Sex 3 remade. And then it's like, oh, the original is better. It's like what's the point of asking for a remake then? You wanted a remake.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew it wasn't going to be as good as the original, but after the combat trailer, which in and of itself, like Silent Hill 2 combat trailer, Silent Hill 2 is not a combat game. It's not Resident Evil. And from that trailer, it really looked like Resident Evil. I was not a fan.
It's trying to be Resident Evil. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Like they're like,
remake. Also got heavy Resident Evil 4 remake vibes from it.
Yeah. The game combat is not its focus. It has combat, yes, but it's a survival game, You're not supposed to be a badass that can backflip over lasers. You know.
But
So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but there's a part of me that's hoping that I will be wrong and it will be
yeah,
good.
because what I've been seeing from the developers like Bloober team or Bloober Studio or whatever, they have been like coming out and saying stuff of like Konami is doing all of the marketing and
Yep.
we don't choose the trailers or whatever.
They're
And
just
from what
making the
I've
game.
seen, yeah, from what I've seen, they disagree with a lot of the trailers that what I'm gonna
I
see
have
if I can
no
find the
doubt
quote in a bit. But they
it's
did say something of like when you see the game, you will see that the trailer does not do a good job at representing it or something.
I have no doubt it's Konami fucking up most of the things about this game because Konami just doesn't know what they're doing, and it sucks because they
Yeah.
have two of my favorite IPs and some of the greatest video games ever made.
What's the other IP?
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, okay.
They own that shit too, and they
I think
completely ruined
there's
it.
another reason to be very concerned about Silent Hill 2, and that's the Silent Hill game we just got.
Oh yeah.
True.
Whatever the fuck it was
Yeah.
called.
But before we talk about the short message, I found the quote of the thing. The head of Bloober team said that they really dislike the trailer and that it does not reflect the spirit of the game. That they also say like, oh, this is a really old build. We see the stiffness and the like wooden movement. We see that this is a combat trailer for a game that shouldn't even have a combat trailer.
Yeah.
So it would like this is either just marketing talk or maybe there is a part that the studio is really just like, no, this is Konami, this is not the game, please have some faith in us or whatever. But it's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out, if they're just like lying to sell the game still. And if it's actually Konami fucking up, like it's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know. The one Bloober game I've played in the past, I didn't
Fell
care for it.
asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep playing it. So I didn't really care for it. I've never played another Bloober Team's game. Is it Bloober Team? What I don't is it
Blue
Blue? I
it's
just know
just
him as Bloober.
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 Yeah,
Like
Okay.
the
some people say
Mario
studio.
enemy, like the
Yeah.
squid.
The
Bloober.
bloopers.
Yeah. I honestly kind of believe that it's Konami just being like
Yeah.
shitting themselves, shitting the bed.
Shitting themselves, fucking shitting out Silent Hill the short message.
Yeah.
I
Let's talk about the.
Dude, I've seen people saying that that game is good, and I can only imagine it's that they're so brainwashed by social media that they think anything with like a positive message is immediately good.
I feel like the game thinks that it's deep because it deals with those like subjects. It's like, oh, look, like bullying, cyberbullying. This is and they it's like people see cyberbullying in the game and they automatically think, whoa, this is really deep. This is really, really good. And a deep exploration of it, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, yeah, it
Yeah.
deals with those subjects, but there's no nuance to it at all. It was just really fucking weird and
Just a bunch
boring.
of sticky notes saying, "Uh-oh, stinky,
It's like a
gross,
guy saying
loser."
like I'm so deep and different and nobody understands me. It's like a dude explaining that about himself.
Yeah. And I feel like in general the reception wasn't that good, I
No, it
think.
wasn't. The reviews were all trash. They were all like, "This game sucks. Don't play it," you know. But you did see those odd things here and
Yeah.
then where people were like fucking brainwashed by the message of the game. Basically, that's the only thing I could describe it as because that is. I didn't play it, but from what I saw, that is one of the worst
Yeah. I
video
played
game
it in
experiences
VC
I've
with you.
seen
So
in a while. Like
it
I
has
would
a
say,
oh yeah,
I would give that
continue.
like a 2 out of 10. I don't know. I think
I
that's the
just saw
worst
it
game
as
I've ever seen.
a
That
53 on Metacritic. It has a
it's the worst game
2
I've
on
ever seen.
backlog.
That isn't like Big Rigs or like Hong Kong '97, where the game works. It's a functional game, but
Yeah.
holy shit, man, that's all it is. That's all I'd give
That's
it.
what I basically have because I'm the one that played it. I don't Juno, you didn't play it because you don't have a
No.
PS5, and Mac, you just watched me play it. And it's just it looks nice, and it's like you said, it works, and I think the monster design is cool, and there are like a few sections in there that are pretty good. Like there's the one that you're like looping the apartment that they very clearly took from like PT. They're just looping the apartment over and over again, and it changes like slowly. That was a really good section, but besides that, the game was just not good.
It could be a tech demo for like an upcoming game.
It
'Cause
could
was
be,
free.
but yeah, I feel like it is, but at the same time, it's like for a pure tech demo, like technology-wise, yeah, this is like good. The gameplay was not really anything because it was just a walking simulator, and the
Mhm.
one other thing that you'd be doing, the chase sequences were fucking terrible.
Well, that had
But
puzzles too, didn't it?
that one puzzle
Oh.
where you had to find the code for a locker with 3 numbers or 4 numbers, and that was it. But then
Oh.
the chase sequences, they're just really disorienting. You have this thing chasing you. It's like a massive maze where you have to find 5 notes. It's like I was playing Slender Man. But because you're constantly being chased, you have no like time to look around and really be like, okay, I'm here right now. The last note that I found was over there. You're literally just sprinting around, hoping that you take the right turn. That was
I
really bad.
Like I said, I was just watching it, but I got so angry watching it that I just left in the middle of like the stream and took a 30-minute nap to de-stress and then came back. That shit, man, pissed me off.
Yeah, I feel like for a tech demo, it is like fine, I guess, like pure technology wise. But if this is the direction that you're going in with the future of Silent Hill, then that's kind of worrying. Because the Silent Hill F game looked pretty cool visually as well, just like this one. But if that's also just gonna be like this, then I don't know, man.
I don't think it will. I feel
I
like
hope
the
so.
more I think about it, I feel like it might just be a tech demo for like an upcoming game, like the next Silent Hill. You know?
Yeah, I hope so. I do hope that it's just pure technology, and that they didn't have and that they just had like a random guy working on this for like the story.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I watched it too, so I don't want to talk too much shit about it. But from what I saw, the
Not like
story was
there's
not
much
that interesting.
gameplay there. Doesn't really fucking matter if you watch it or play it, to be honest. But
Well,
We are
I
just
was like
watching
you. I
it.
didn't sit there the whole time and watch it. Like there were points that I got up
oh,
and
okay.
went to do something else because I didn't really give a fuck. So I don't want to talk too much shit about it because I didn't sit there and experience the whole thing like poor Arkry did. But yeah, from what I saw, it's just not that interesting. Do you guys think it gets a lot of hate because of the themes of it too? Like high school girls like being
No, I don't think
bullied.
so.
You don't think
Because
like
I
the internet's
guess.
I don't
like
know
I'm not
really, because I
saying like it
haven't.
doesn't deserve any of the shit it gets. Like I'm sure it does, but do you feel like people might shit on it too hard because of the story?
I don't think so, because I've kind of been seeing the opposite. If I see a person disliking this, they always have like very good criticisms of like there's basically no gameplay. The
Mhm.
gameplay that there is with the chases are fucked. They just aren't fun and are annoying trial and error. Then it's not creepy either. For like I think it was 3 hours long. There was like 5 minutes of that I like felt creeped out because I was playing a horror game. I feel like all the criticism that I saw was literally just this is boring. The story is uninteresting. Like it tries to deal with these things, but it just doesn't do anything with it. While the people that I've seen liking it, they are the ones that's like, oh, it's dealing with these topics, so it's automatically good. Like I haven't really seen hate about the game just because it's dealing with these topics. Like
Right.
maybe I'm just seeing the wrong tweets about it, but I haven't really seen people go like, "Oh, it's about cyberbullying. That's dumb. Game bad." Like I haven't seen that. I've kind of just been seeing the opposite.
Hmm.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't think Silent Hill F is gonna be anything like
I hope so.
this game. What's it called? Silent Hill what?
This one,
Yeah.
the short message.
Short message. Yeah, because they got a I remember when Silent Hill F was announced, there's a certain person that's like the lead writer of the story.
Oh,
And a lot of, I heard, I don't know what he's from exactly, but a lot of people were like praising that person's work. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
I'm trying to
Um
find it.
they're praising them for work that they've done in the past with there's this some anime that they did that was super
Oh, okay.
popular back in the
The
early
person
2000s.
that is working on it has worked on Higurashi When They Cry, which is apparently very good.
Yes.
How do you spell that?
That's one with like the anime girls that get like mutilated and shit.
I think that's like the anime that looks very wholesome if you look at it, but then if you watch it,
Yes.
it's like extremely fucked up.
Yes, this anime, apparently the main guy who did this, I'm gonna
Yeah,
just
he's
assume
working
it's the
on
one
F.
dude. He's working on Silent Hill F.
Yeah. It's like Ryukishi 07. It's the pen name of a Japanese writer. That's like
Oh, I
all we
see.
know about
Yeah.
him. He's like anonymous. But
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's one guy, yeah.
I think it's in good hands if he's working on it because if you look up the Higurashi fingernail scene, yeah, that's like the most disturbing shit I've ever seen in my life. So
Yeah,
That's
there's
good.
should be a good
fucked
horror
up
game.
shit coming from that show, so I think it'll be in good hands. We'll
Yeah,
get some
that's
really
nice.
disturbing stuff.
Because the short message just did kind of like I haven't played the Silent Hill game before, but like I know that 2 is really good and 1 and 3 I'm pretty sure are also like well received. But after
One-
playing this one, I was kind of really worried for what F was gonna be. But if
Mhm.
it's written by that guy, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good.
1 through 4 are the ones that people like the most, and then 4 is a bit. People argue with 4 if it deserves a spot with the first 3
Oh,
games.
okay.
People
Okay,
love.
that's interesting.
I think 2 and 3 are the most popular. I think people like 1. I think people are just okay with 1. I liked it. And then 4, a lot of people start to debate if that was the last good Silent Hill or not. Because after 4, it's just downhill for sure.
Okay. Oh, so 4 is The Room. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I'm looking it up. 'Cause I've heard of like The Room and people talking about that one, but that's 4 then.
Yeah, people liked that one.
What the fuck? There's so many.
Yeah, but after
Silent
4,
Hill,
people are
Silent
just
Hill
kind of like,
2, 3, 4, Origins, Homecoming, Shattered Memories, Downpour.
One of them, I believe, is
Massive
a dungeon crawler on the Vita.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what they're cooking with that one.
That's interesting, I guess. Well, that's Silent Hill then.
Yep.
But the other thing from the state of play was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
No, you're forgetting about
What?
the
Something
greatest
else?
plot of all time, the best
Plot?
storyline, the best
Stellar?
graphics,
Are we
the best
talking about?
music, Stellar Blade. Oh my
Oh
god,
my goodness.
I'm gonna buy it day one.
Wake me up when it's over.
Why? What do you have against
I'm
Stellar
really curious
Blade?
what you have against Stellar
Juno?
because like
It just
the
looks so
world looks
generic,
It's
great,
man.
popular, bro.
the
It
It's
just
combat
looks
popular.
looks
like
You
a
just
great.
like
generic
it.
Korean MMO. It doesn't look anything special.
Doesn't
I
it
don't
look
think
like an MMO? What do you mean?
It looks like a
it's a
Korean MMO.
character action game. What do you mean?
I'm not saying the game. I'm just saying the design. I don't like the design of the game. I
Oh,
don't like the
okay. The
style. It looks like,
designs.
yeah, the main character looks like
Okay.
a
I think the
generic
style's pretty unique.
preset that you would start with at the beginning of Black Desert Online.
Well, it's not. It's
Well,
actually
I
a
don't think
Well,
grand
that
model.
I
actually,
have kind of seen what.
It's a Korean
Tsurugi-chan is
model.
my waifu, and I will
I
not let you
follow
talk shit
her.
about her. She has the fattest ass and the coolest Stellar Blade. So go
Yeah,
fuck
her
yourself.
blade is stellar. I follow her on
Exactly.
Instagram.
I don't know, man.
Very cool.
I know Gourmet
I think the
King's
game
picking
looks
up that
cool.
game day one, but I won't be.
I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up day one because I feel like it's a game that looks really cool, but because it's also like the team's first AAA game, there's a chance that they might fuck it up or that it's like or that it is just generic. So I'm not gonna be like, well,
Yeah.
I'm picking it up day one. Like I'll wait for the reviews, but I feel like it's gonna
Exactly.
be good.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm the same way where I'm gonna wait for the reviews, but everything I've seen is very, very good so far. So
I'll always be
Exactly.
open-minded about game releases, but right now I'm not really feeling this one. But
Yeah.
you know, when it drops and people say it's good, maybe I'll give it a try. Is it gonna come to the other platforms or is it PlayStation exclusive?
It is PlayStation, but I don't know for how long. It might be like a year PlayStation exclusive or something. I mean, PlayStation games all get ported to PC at some point, so I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll be able, if it's good, you'll be able to play it one day. But I don't know how long it's exclusive for.
okay. Sorry about that. I just need to, make sure my blade was stellar before we move
He
on.
needed a stellar as blade.
I need to get my blade real stellar real quick.
True, true. So Final Fantasy VII, or is there another thing from the state of play that I'm missing?
I don't
'Cause I
know.
don't.
We might be back on the Team Ninja grind soon with Rise of
Oh,
Ronin.
true.
That that looks
Yeah,
like the
true,
best Team
guys.
Ninja game. Oh, you sound like you're about to cry.
This one is exclusive, man.
Yeah, fuck
We
you.
can't do anything about
Fuck all of you.
Yeah. What do you
But,
want us to do? Make a GoFundMe? Okay, JAMcast. There'll be a GoFundMe in the description below. We're gonna
For
get
give me a
Juno here a
PS5.
PS5.
I feel like I'm in middle school again. Wanted a Nintendo Switch so badly when it was
Oh, I
popular
know.
because everyone had one, and then I get one. It's like, well, I have one now.
the
Yeah,
hype is over.
Yep,
that's
that's
how I
it.
felt. I
Just
didn't get
never
a
use
Switch
it.
until like Smash Bros came out.
Bro, I remember you talking about wanting a Switch. You were talking about it for so long. Like almost
Me?
every day, you'd be like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah.
In PC, you were like, "Oh, guys, I really want a Switch. I really want a Switch." And then you got one, and you like
I'm just watching.
never
It's sitting
talk
in front of me
about
collecting dust.
it. But yeah, I don't know what else was there.
I think that's. I'm assuming that's it.
I found my state of play threads. There was Stellar Blade, very cool. There was Zenless Zone Zero, not interested. Silent Hill, yeah. Judas looked cool. The new
Judas.
game from the Bioshock creators. Did
Oh
you
yeah,
play
that one.
Bioshock, Juno? I feel like you would like those
Yeah, I
games.
played Bioshock 1 and 2.
Nice, the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was there. And then Death Stranding 2 was there, showcasing more walking and very cool story bits.
Dude, fucking Death Stranding 2, man. I gotta play the first one because every time Death Stranding shows up, it is an hour long of just Death Stranding. Like most of the event was
True.
Death Stranding, and I'm just
That
like,
trailer was 10 minutes.
like I,
Yeah.
I understand. Even if I play the game, I would probably have no idea what was going on because, like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
you know?
I
But I would
I
at
put
least
like
like an idea.
I put more than 100 hours into the first game. I have no idea what the fuck that trailer was. I just know that there's more walking and we're connecting places,
Why
and that's
why
about it.
are they blue? Why is the guy
I have
blue?
no
Why are
idea
they
why the
gray?
people are blue. I don't know why the girl had like hands around her neck that
Those
were
hands were
working as a
cool. I
mouth
want a pair of
mask.
those.
I don't know why the guy had a guitar that did lightning and then started fighting with it like it was a sword. I just
He
know that
took
it
his
looked
V for
very
Vendetta
cool.
mask off to reveal his Joker makeup, bro. Like holy shit.
Yeah, that trailer definitely got me interested in Death Stranding. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll play it because I think the gameplay of Death Stranding looks,
That's the
very
thing that
interesting.
got me the most surprised, that you were watching that trailer and you were like, maybe I'll play this. I never thought that you'd say that about fucking Death Stranding.
I didn't realize Death Stranding like went like that. Like that was crazy, dude. That
You
It
looked
didn't
does
know
go
they
insane.
were
like
chill
that.
like that?
I know it was chill like that.
Yeah, man.
If you can get the first game for cheap, maybe you should try it out. Because Death Stranding is a game that, looking at it, it looks like one of the most boring things that you can play. But there's something about it that when you're playing it, that's actually a lot of fun. I feel like most people that play it think like, from just watching it, you can't really judge it. So, and the game goes for pretty cheap. So if you don't have anything to do, maybe you can check it out.
I got it for free because
Oh,
Epic
okay.
gave it out for free a while back.
True. So you will play it. That is very epic.
Eventually, yes.
Okay, but that was after the 10-minute Death Stranding trailer that I have no idea what was going on, and we went to. Oh, Kojima announced like his PlayStation 6 game. Like
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
Metal
dude.
Gear successor. That was fucking.
I don't know
Why?
what Kojima's like going on. Like, dude, he's fondling somebody's nuts over there at PlayStation, but like he is getting so much love from Sony, man. Every
Yeah.
time he shows up, or just like not
In
even just
general.
Sony, yeah, just in
Because
general,
Jeff
dude.
Keighley also loves him, and
Jeff
he
Keighley is
has an
his bro,
Xbox
man.
partnership as well.
Yeah, it's like holy shit, what is Kojima doing that like everyone wants a piece of him for? Huh?
Oh, man, makes good games, I guess.
I guess so. They were just like, holy shit, it's the Metal Gear Solid guy. I get him.
Yep.
Get him. We need to make him sign a contract right now for a game that he's gonna start working on in late 2025 for the PlayStation 6. Let him sign the contract right now. Yeah. Then we move on to 7 Rebirth. Mac, what do you have to say
Oh
about that
my
game?
god.
Because Juno, I know that you're not interested in
Ooh.
Final Fantasy VII.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Remake. I don't think it's bad, but I would say, it could have been a lot better. It felt a bit bloated, and I didn't like the additional story elements. But
Mm-hmm.
Rebirth, man, this game looks insane. I don't like that trailer they showed in like the Rebirth fucking state of play event.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're putting all that into the game. This feels like the actual like FF7 remake. Like this is what people
True.
have been waiting for.
Remake was like a prologue, and now this is the game.
It's actually a lot very similar to like a Dragon 7 and 8, where it's like, dude, remake looks like a fucking tech demo compared to this shit. Like, and then I played the demo, which I think I'm the only one here who actually played
Yes,
it.
I was gonna ask you about that. How was
Oh, it's the best demo I've ever played in my life. Oh my god! First of all, it covers like one of the best parts of the original game, which is good,
it?
and
Yeah.
it just captured everything so perfectly. Like going in the Tifa's house, looking at
Playing
her
the
underwear,
piano.
playing the piano, fucking wandering the village, talking to the characters. All the characters feel like more fleshed out. You see like Tifa's master there.
That's really cool.
Uh, and then you go, up to the reactor, and it's very cinematic. The whole walk there, the combat feels so good. Sephiroth is so fun to play as. And oh my god, yeah, no, just
Did
it
you
feels
see
like
any?
a evolution of gaming.
Did you see any like changing fate whisper shenanigans in the demo,
No,
or was it
that's another thing I like.
100% faithful?
100% accurate. Nothing,
Oh,
no
that's nice.
nonsense.
Okay, I'm
They
very
played it
excited.
completely straight.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm interested to
And
see what they're gonna do with the whisper stuff, but that's nice that the Nibelheim section is gonna be like Final Fantasy VII.
it really does feel like a true like PlayStation 5 game. Like I don't know, like
PS5 has games. No
the
fucking
the hap-
way.
Way.
there's one scene, I won't spoil it, but they use the haptic triggers to immerse you, and it's the best use of those triggers I've ever seen.
Oh, the
It
sex
felt
scene. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, the Sephiroth back shots, you feel the resistance on the
Oh
triggers. But
god, yep.
oh, there's one big complaint I have. One very big complaint actually.
Actually,
So there's a scene in the original where Sephiroth throws a materia and flies away. He doesn't do that in this version. He just like he throws a materia still, but then he just like throws you and walks out.
no.
He no
No, I
longer
know what you're
flies.
talking about from that one GIF.
That's such a funny
Yeah,
gift, bro. They ruined
yeah.
it.
The funny GIF is ruined. Other than that, yeah, perfect.
Unplayable.
Legitimately the best demo I've ever gone through.
That's cool. Now I'm interested though, because you're like, the demo was really good, and you're happy that it didn't have the Fate stuff in it. But we know that there's going to be Fate stuff in the game. So what do you think about that then? Because this being
Let's hope
faithful
it's
is part of why you were excited. So like, what do you think about that?
I don't need to be exactly faithful. I don't need it to be like the exact same game. But
Yeah,
I just hope the Fate stuff is cool. Like it has hype changes rather than like cringe deviant art fan fiction changes.
yeah,
Like, oh my
okay.
god, Zack swoops in and stops Sephiroth's blade from killing Aerith, and then he kisses Aerith on the mouth and goes, "Baby, I'm here."
And then they go and they have kids, a lot of kids, and then they live
Lots
happily
and
ever
lots of
after.
kids. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I just hope it's not cringe the changes they do make. And
Yeah.
from what I've seen of that one trailer, it looks like all the changes they're making are pretty cool. Cisnia's there.
Yeah,
The
I like
stuff
that
with
system
Zack
is
is
there.
interesting.
Hey,
Thanos is there. I don't know what he's doing. But
apparently the Thanos guy that we didn't know who he was, apparently is like a guy from Cosmo Canyon. Like he is actually in the OG. Like he's not a new character.
Well, he's not
Apparently.
the old man. Who the fuck is he?
No, he's from a special tribe because you go with Red 13 in like the dungeon
Oh
in
yeah,
Cosmo Canyon, and he's like from a tribe
he
that
must
used to
he
be
must be
down
a
there,
lore
or he's
character then,
like
because he
yeah,
definitely didn't appear in person in the original.
yeah. I'm not sure, but I was watching some videos about the trailer, and people were like, "Oh, he's from the I don't fucking know what the tribe is called, but he's from this tribe." Like the clothing and the mask they was wearing looked
Isn't that
like
the
it. I
tribe
guess it
that
was
Red 13 fought, or his dad fought?
yeah, I think so. I think it's from that tribe. I think he's from there. Because the
Interesting.
trailer honestly looked very faithful. Like you had the Zack stuff there, yeah, like Zack hanging around with Sephiroth in the fucking Sector 5 slums. But besides that, it looked really faithful, like going to Cosmo Canyon and the Gold Saucer, and it's very interesting. I don't really know what they're doing with it.
Yeah, Sephiroth seems kind of interesting too. It feels like Sephiroth knows what's going on with like the
Yeah,
timelines and shit, and he's
I feel
like,
like
"Oh,
he
Zack,
definitely knows.
what are you doing here? What the hell?"
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I don't know. They can't really, because if they diverge too much in Rebirth, then they can't really like keep Part 3 faithful either. Like I do wonder how far they're gonna take everything, especially with like Zack and stuff. Because one of the biggest parts in late FF7 is like the cloud reveal, and you can't really have the cloud reveal if Zack is just hanging around. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah, I wonder.
Because
Just have to
you
see what Nomura's cooking. If he's cooking,
exactly Nomura and
Sloppertino.
Kitase and the gang.
I
Because
will
I don't
say,
know if you,
I hope he doesn't dive too deep into FF7 shit, where like we got like Deep Ground and Genesis and
they
fucking all
they
these
probably will
jobbers showing up. Yeah, but I just hope they do it in a fun way rather than like, oh, this is
yeah,
important to the plot, you
I
know?
just hope they make them good. But it's interesting that you played the Nibelheim section and it's not like Genesis wasn't there because Crisis Core retcons Genesis into being at Nibelheim. And like Genesis is the reason that Sephiroth turns evil. So if you played the Nibelheim section and you were like it's 100% faithful, then I feel like they'll
Yeah.
do a pretty good job with
No
Genesis and stuff.
Genesis. Gact did not appear on my screen. I was very comfortable and safe. You know, I didn't get any Genesis vibes from that demo. You
Very
know.
good. You didn't hear any loveless quotes. You didn't have an Angeal walking into shots talking
Oh
about
no.
dreams and honor.
No, like I said, it was literally just everything from the PS1
That's
game
good.
remade.
That's very good. I didn't play the demo because I'm playing Persona 3, and I feel like I can wait like what is it? Game comes out in like 10 days or something. So
Yeah, 10 days.
Yep.
Also, a thing they did that was pretty cinematic and cool is they kept having the party like talk during the flashback, kind of.
oh, like Barrett and stuff.
I don't know if that was in the original. I don't think it was, but like they would comment on the flashback, kind of.
They would comment very rarely. Like I remember that in the original, if you would walk up to Tifa's house, and then Tifa would be like, "Wait, Cloud, you went to my house?" And then if you said yes, you enter the house. And then when you're standing in front of Tifa's closet, you're like, "What, Cloud? You went through my clothes?" Like so, they
Yeah,
would comment on it sometimes, but
I'm
very,
not
very
I'm not
rarely.
sure if they added more of that, but the way they did it was cool. Felt very
Okay,
cinematic, like the opening to like an artsy movie. I don't know how to
that's
describe it,
interesting.
but like I said, the whole thing just feels very next gen.
Okay, that's cool.
Very fun.
Think it's very interesting because I uploaded like those two Final Fantasy VII videos last Friday, and then it's really weird to just see everyone in the comments is like at war with each other about what is actually going on in the remake, and everyone is so convinced about their points, but they're also like all saying completely different things. So it does kind of show that we don't like there are a lot of theories, but we don't really know exactly what's going on yet. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's basically all my thoughts. So I'm pretty ready
Yeah.
for the game. I'm playing Reload right now, and I should be able to beat it in 10 days. Like that sounds reasonable, but if I don't, I'm just gonna fucking stop playing,
Yeah.
reload, and immediately jump in the Rebirth because I'm very hyped for that. And then Infinite
Yeah.
Wealth is my second most hyped game of the year.
I'm
So-
pretty sure I can finish Reload in time. Depends on how much time I'm gonna have in the next few days. We're editing this podcast and stuff, but I'm in like end of October, so I should be fine.
Oh, end of
Game
October,
release
you're
is
good. Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah. Just in the beginning, I was a bit worried because I wasn't able to play much in the first week of release because I was like at the NieR concert and stuff. So I was like, "Fuck! It's the game. Final Fantasy VII comes out in 2 weeks, and I'm not even at October yet." I was like in August or something, so I was panicking a bit. But this weekend I caught up again, so it should be good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
end of October, you'll be fine. But Mac,
Yeah.
what month are you in?
July.
You might be cutting it close, but you might be able to beat it in time.
Yeah, it depends on how much you play, I guess. But if you like really focus on that, I feel like you should be good.
Yeah, we'll see. I've been having a good pace. Like yesterday, I did like a whole month. So
Yeah.
see.
Well, I
But
guess.
actually, never mind. I'm definitely not gonna fucking finish it because I'm doing full compendium. So
Oh yeah, but you might be able to like. I guess if you want to do like everything before the ending, then yeah, you'll be pretty fucked.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of money grinding of just
Yeah,
pulling the Reaper over and over and over
and the
again.
later blocks in Tartarus also get a lot bigger. Like you have to cover more floors at once. They haven't introduced the Monad stuff to you either. I'm pretty sure. So like all of that lengthens it a
Juno,
lot.
does the Reaper just infinitely respawn? Can I keep just
Yeah.
triggering him over and over?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
The only thing is it takes so long to wait for him. Like you have to kill him and then go to the, I don't know if you can just sit there on the same floor fighting him over and over again, but I would just go to the next floor just in case.
Yeah.
But
think
it
you-
takes like 5 minutes for him to spawn.
In the
Mhm.
original or in Portable, you always had to go to like the next floor, the next block, because that's like when it resets.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you have to do that. But
Yeah, we'll see.
okay, was that everything?
Okay. I think that was the JAMcast.
Oh
that was
wait,
everything.
as we were talking about earlier, 30 minutes ago they announced Nintendo Direct.
Oh shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I just saw it. A Nintendo Direct partner
Live
showcase is
Nintendo
coming.
Direct reaction. Oh my
Whoa, I'm gonna beat my
Whoa,
wife.
Nintendo
god.
Direct!
I'm gonna beat my meat right now.
We called it. We were talking about it. Now
Oh
they
my
have to announce
God.
Persona 4
Dude, we
remake and
literally
SMT 6.
Called the Nintendo before it happened. That's crazy.
Exactly. Now we need to get the JAMcast out before
20,
it
25
releases.
minutes.
So what does it
On
say?
221.
The Nintendo Direct
it's gonna
partner
be
showcase is
Wednesday.
coming. Watch on demand via YouTube on the 21st of February at 6 a.m. PT. Around 25 minutes of info focused on Nintendo Switch games coming in the
Oh my
first
God.
half of 2024.
Thank
But it's-
God it's on my day off because
next
6 a.m.
Wednesday?
PT would be when I was working.
That
Yeah,
the
next Wednesday.
21st, yeah.
21st.
That's
the 21st is
interesting
this
that-
Wednesday.
This
yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah. Nintendo Directs are always like pretty close to their announcement. It's
Nice.
interesting that they're talking about the first half of 2024. Like, I guess it's just updates on games that we already know about.
Yeah, because I don't. Okay, so if we want to talk about Switch 2 a little bit,
Yeah, we can.
fucking apparently Switch 2 is supposed to come out 2025 according to the leaks. That's bullshit. I don't believe those leaks. There's no way that they have enough like base Switch games to last them that long. Because everything they're talking about is like early 2024. If you look at their
Yeah.
releases right now, the only new game they've got coming is like Paper Mario Remaster and
Princess
Peach.
Peach, yeah.
Like they got nothing. There's no way the Switch is gonna be 2025. Like I don't know where those leaks are coming from, but
At first, I
Yeah.
did kind of believe the leaks because they were like, oh, we only got this news recently and they're delaying it so we can launch with a stronger lineup. But this direct is focusing on the first half of 2024, which is kind of like, why not talk about the second half of 2024 if the Switch 2 isn't going to come out anyway? So since this is first half, the leak might be bullshit, but it's a leak, a rumor, so I guess we'll see.
yeah, shit. Okay, Nintendo Direct.
There you go.
Very cool. we caught it on the JAMcast.
If it's
But
good enough, are we gonna do a Nintendo Direct JAMcast?
Sure,
if it's good
yeah.
enough, we could.
If
We
there's-
can get Nish quick on.
Yeah, I
Well-
wanna. Yeah, Nishan, man, we gotta get him on here.
Exactly. Let's
Mm.
see. We'll see how good it is. And then we're gonna have like 2 JAMcast episodes back to back.
It'll be hype.
Okay.
Arkry fans
Alright.
eating.
But I guess that was it. Unless you guys have anything else, anything cool.
Like I said, I am working on a Infinite Wealth video. It's gonna be a shorter one, so it should actually get out this month, maybe.
Very cool. Juno, are you working on any videos? Because in
Oh
your
man, poor Junospite
tw-
viewers, man, they're dead. They're just skeletons at this point, waiting for the next video.
in the like 2024 episodes, you said that you were gonna try and do more small videos. So I was like, maybe you have some ideas for something small, which is why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, it's just I got a lot going on right now, IRL.
Yeah,
So
fair
I
enough.
don't really got time to work on
Yeah.
videos.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
was
I've
just
told people in
wondering-
the past I do it for fun. So
Yeah,
if I decide to work
Yeah,
on a
of course.
video, then it's because I got a really cool idea. But as
You
for right
lazy
now,
bastard! You better make a video right now, or we're
As-
kicking you off the JAMcast.
as for right now, I have nothing.
Yeah.
I plan on working on,
Oh,
but that could
that's
change.
cool. Yeah.
So,
No, I was just wondering since you said that last time. I was like,
yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
ask,
no.
but no worries, of course. Not
That
trying to
was,
like pressure you into making a video.
That was me saying
Yeah.
that under the guise of being a hopeful new year. Just like how
Now
everyone
we're-
is when the year starts.
Now we're deep into 2024.
Yeah.
Motivation is gone.
Well, I just started getting hit with a bunch of shit out of nowhere, so
Yeah.
nothing I really planned on.
Okay.
So yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
JAMcast episode whatever it is 5 over. Check us out on Spotify. This should go out on Spotify on the same time as it goes on YouTube. The previous episodes are all on there, so yeah, do that. It's in the description. I'll like add it to where the rest of our links are, where you can find us. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Later. Adios. Ahuijo.
Ahuijo indeed.